You feeling all right? Getting enough vitamin C in your diet? Oh my God, what a gorgeous day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, the trees look like they might be edible. Welcome back, friends, and thank you for joining me on today's outdoor adventure. I have always wanted to try pine needle tea, so we're out here in nature. Let's go harvest some, and I'll let you know how it tastes. Have any of you ever tried pine needle tea? I haven't. I think I was always afraid to try pine needle tea because I didn't know exactly the pine needles I was looking for. But you know something, do your own research when you're going out and foraging anything in the woods, especially if you're going to eat it or drink it. You know, consult with a doctor, do whatever you got to do. All right, I'm not an expert at this. It's just something I've always wanted to try, and you're going to come with me. This right here is a good example of the northern white pine. A good rule of thumb is to know that there's 5 letters in the word white, and there's also 5 little, let's see if I can get a bundle right here. There's also 5 needles in a bundle. You can count them out. And that's another indicator of how you know that that's the right pine. So there you go. This is what it looks like. But like I said, do your own research and know what you're looking for and gonna pick in the forest. All right, so I'm not an expert, do your own research. Wow, it truly is a glorious day. Like, I got allergies, so pardon me, my voice is a little off, but then again, so am I, whatever. Let's go on up to our spot, we'll set up, and we'll harvest some pine needles. Can't wait to try it. If you've tried pine needle tea, let me know down below and let me know how you prepare it. Now listen to those birds are singing. So it's not like there's a shortage of pine trees in the area. I basically do have, you know, at my disposal, I have pine trees all over the place. So I will say a good tip is if you're going to attempt to make pine needle tea, don't pick it all off of just one tree. You know, get the, go up high, maybe not get them so low like dog height. But pick them from like a higher up and from several different trees as not to stress out the tree. Just a little tip. This hill gets steeper and steeper every time. All right, so we made it up to our favorite spot, ours, yours, mine, and as you can see, there is no shortage of pine trees. So I'm going to go over to an area that's behind you right now and harvest some. I don't even know how much to get, honestly. I think I looked at a ratio. It was like, I think a third of a cup or half a cup or something like that to 2 cups water. I don't know. I'm just going to grab a bunch of it and take it from there. So let's go get some pine needles. So my little stuff sack for my ground sheet that I'm sitting on underneath my chair, this is what I'm going to fill up with pine needles. I'll just fill up as much as I think I need to get a good cup of tea. Excuse me about the sniffing and the way I sound. I think it's the allergies. But anyway, so let's go around. Let's fill this bag with all of Mother Nature's goodness, and then we'll get back and cook it up. And I'm not going to take it all from one tree. I'm just kind of going around and taking some. I'm going to take some from down low on the inside here, so no animals, you know, would have marked it. I'm I'm gonna take some here, I'm gonna take some from up higher and just go around to like different little trees as not to stress one plant out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just walking down this trail right here, a little from where I'm sat, and where I'm sat down up there. I think I'll just go around on some of these higher branches and grab some from up here as well. Double check, make sure this is the right pine. Yes, it is. All right, so I'll take some from there. All right, so I got the sack of pine needles right here, got our magic beans, and I'm just gonna lay them out on this cutting board right here and inspect them. I could rinse them, but I'm just gonna inspect them, make sure they have no bugs on them and there's no creatures living on them and all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, and then we'll get to processing them, and we're gonna just bring them up to a steep, just to the point of a boil, and then we're going to shut it off and let it steep for about 15 minutes. So let's get this onto the cutting board. We have our pine needles right here, all ready to go. All right. I'm guessing that should be enough. Looks like it could be enough. Just want to inspect it, make sure there's no bugs. Get rid of those little... And before we get them into the pot, I'm just going to cut them up. So I'm going to cut them all up. It suggests that you do that to release all the medicinal and beneficial, release all the beneficial goodness of the pine needles. And yeah, so let's start chopping. All right, and I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it. We're just trying to release, the goodness on the inside of the pine. Oh, okay. Let me smell. Oh yeah, the knife smells really good. Okay. Now, I've never done this before, so if you have, and there's some expert pine needle tea people out there, let me know how you do it. We're going to taste it, in its raw form after it's steeped, and I did bring a sweetener if need be. All right, so now we're going to put all the pine needles into the pot. All right, that should be enough. All right, let's put some water in it. There's a lot of health benefits to pine needle tea. When I was looking it up and everything, I was like, wow, no kidding. All right, so we're gonna do that to about right there. Turn that down. All right, bring that right up to a boil, and then we're gonna just bring it down. Starting to see just a little bit of steam. We'll just let that go a little bit and stir it. All right, that's just coming up to a boil, as you can see. I'm gonna shut it off. And we're just gonna let that steep for about 15 minutes. All right, so while this tea right here is steeping, I'm gonna just read you a few fun facts. All right, there's just so much information I couldn't retain it all. I mean, obviously I do know it's a high content of vitamin C. Pine needle tea has more vitamin C than orange juice. That surprised me. It's 4 to 5 times more vitamin C. It's also high in vitamin A, so that's another good thing that's good for you. Pine needle tea has antiseptic qualities. It also helps the body to fight infections. It's also a mild diuretic, which a lot of teas are anyways, but it's a mild diuretic, helps stimulate your kidneys and moving toxins out of the body through either sweating or urination. It's also been known to help with mood stabilization. So, you know, it helps to balance out your mood, and it's used in mental health or a holistic type of a healing. So it's also good for that. And it also helps with congestion. It helps to break up the mucus. So it's good for your colds as well. That I didn't know. And like I said, when you're out there and doing any kind of forageables, you know, make sure you know what you're either picking or, you know, you're going to consume. Like, do your own research really, really well. All right, so do that. I'm not giving any kind of medical advice or anything like that. Do your own research. This is something that I've always wanted to try. And I've just, you know, just kind of like the hen of the woods mushrooms, you know, that'll probably be something I do next, because it's always been in the back of my mind, like, God, I wonder what it tastes like. People tell me it's good. I could saute it up with garlic. I could do this. I could do that. And so I do want to try that. But I've been sitting on this pine needle tea for about a year now, and I'm like, you know what? Just do it, you know? Get out there and do the things you want to do. Try new things, you know? It could be awesome, and it could be wonderful, or, you know, if you don't see me next Sunday, then you know that this didn't work out too well. Just kidding. But all right, and this is also, this I had to write down because I didn't know. Pardon me. The healing history of pine needle tea. Did you know that the Iroquois Indians, they brewed this tea for centuries before they offered it up to the malnourished European explorers? That's pretty cool. A famous example of that is when the Iroquois saved the Frenchman Jacques Cartier's crew. They were dying. So he kind of helped them with the pine needle tea in 1543. I mean, I'm not making any of this stuff up. Feel free to do the research yourself, but I think that is way cool. So this is something that the Indians relied on, Native Americans, if you will, and I'm all for it. Nature will provide everything you need to heal you. You just have to know where to look. I think we got about 5 more minutes on this tea, and then I can't wait to try it. So we'll get that in the mug, and I brought a special mug for this tea. So I'll show you that in a few moments. While it's sitting here, I'm a little impatient. I want to smell it. I want to smell it. Whoa. It's like Christmas in a cup. I just figured since we're having pine needle tea out in the woods, we might as well do it with a proper tea set. This is, my mother, when she was alive, we used to go to a lot of the antique stores, and I had collected up a bunch of this particular brand over the years. This is fine bone china out of England, right there. As you can see, that's gold leafing right there. It's like royal crown. This is probably about 25 years old when I picked it up, so I have no idea how old it is. But this is what we're going to be drinking our tea out of. Pinkies up. And I also can't wait to show you the cookies that I brought to have with this tea. So I'm going to be getting ready to pour that tea now, but I will show you these cookies. I brought the package, but these are the cookies. And these cookies right here that I'm about ready to show you, they have the answer to life. These are butter ring cookies, and they're yes, no, or maybe cookies. Every cookie has either yes, no, or maybe on them. And there's a funny story behind these. These are the flower-shaped cookies with all the answers. And they're made by a company called Abamar Foods out of Texas. But yeah, so I was in the Dollar Tree when I was in the, the snack aisle, the cookie aisle, biscuit aisle, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just standing there in the aisle, just like standing in the aisle, just staring there. I guess I must have been like spaced out, or I must have been standing in the aisle for a while. I had no idea what I was looking for. And the old lady that's standing next to me, she looks at me and she's like, "What are you looking for?" And I'm like, I don't know. I said, I don't know. I said, I'm just looking for like a good like cookie or a biscuit or something that goes with either tea or coffee, in my head, because I knew that I wanted to come out here and I thought it'd be good to have a cookie or something to have with it. She's like, "Oh, you gotta have these little butter cookies right here." She's like, "I love these." She's like, when my sister was alive, she said we always used to have tea with these cookies right here. So I was like, sold. So I grabbed them, and I did try them, and they are really good. Like the expensive butter cookies in the tins, that's what these taste like. And these are so I just figured I'd let you know, these are butter rings, $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. And every single cookie right here, I don't know if you can see it, but they say either yes, no, or maybe. So I don't know, let's reach in blind and see. We're just gonna pull out a cookie. We're gonna reach in blind and see if we can pull out a cookie and see what it says. All right, let me ask a question. It's almost like the magic 8-ball of cookies. Is this tea going to be good? Maybe. All right, let's get this in the cup. I did bring a strainer for the pine needles. Of course I did. What do you think I am, a rookie? Look at my little setup I have going on out here. Cookies. I have fine china out in the woods because, that makes sense. And also I did bring some honey, just in case it needed any kind of sweetening. I figured since we're going the au naturel type of route with Mother Nature, I might as well bring honey instead of sugar. So we'll see if that's necessary. Of course, I'm going to make up for the sugar with the cookies, but, whatever. All right, the moment of truth. This has been steeping probably for about 15-20 minutes. All the pine needles have pretty much sank. Oh, it looks like green spaghetti. Look at this. And we'll pour it in this white cup and we'll be able to see what the color is. There might not be any color at all. Like in my head, I'm thinking it'll be green, but I don't know. All right, let's find out. No, there's not really too much color. It's like a light green, as you can see from the color right there. It's kind of like a light green. Oh, the moment of truth. It smells medicinal. You know, it smells like something you'd want to breathe in when you have a cold. I'm scared. Cheers, guys. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I like it. I mean, obviously it smells like pine. Like, I can imagine just boiling this in your house. It must smell amazing, but... Oh, got a floaty. Oh, that smells amazing. I don't even think I need any sweetener. All right, let's try it again. Pinky's out. Tea time. Wow. That's good. That's really good. I like it. It kind of has like a pine, citrusy, woodsy, aromatic type of a flavor. That's the best description I can give it. It kind of has like that woodsy, it has that woodsy citrus, like a citrusy type of a taste to it. And just knowing that I'm getting 4 to 5 times more vitamin C than orange juice right now, bonus. Oh my God. What do you think, Camo Bear? Pretty good, huh? Let's have one of these magic cookies. No. Oh, well, I'm drinking pine needles. I might as well eat this up off the ground, right? Cookies and trees. See, I don't even know if this is like even the right ratio. You know, I probably could have used a whole bunch more, cut it up probably a little bit more fine to release more of the nutrients in the pine needles. I'm not sure, but either way, this is good. And as you can see, there's not really much of a huge color change. Maybe if I used more and let it steep longer, I'm not sure, but this is piping hot. Got these cookies, got this tea. This is really nice. Watch someone walk up on me and they'll be like, what the absolute hell is going on here? Just having a little tea party with my buddy. We're adults, huh? We can do whatever we want. There's no rules. We're having fun and we're loving it. And we're enjoying the day and loving nature. So guys, I'm gonna sip on my pine needles, eat the rest of those cookies, and I'll bring you back in a few. Thank you for joining me today. This has been freaking amazing. Well, to me it has anyway. Look at that. I pretty much almost drank it. Almost drank it all. I will say I thought it would be like a little bit stronger. It wasn't quite what I expected as far as the taste. It was like way better, you know, so that's a good thing. And there was no bugs or anything else in it, so it was awesome. So get out there, try new things, do the things you always wanted to try, and who knows, they might work out. Well, I want to thank you for joining me on today's little pine needle tree adventure. High time, tea time out in the woods, and I hope you learned something or maybe took away something of value. If you did, I appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around, and if you like these type of videos, feel free to like and subscribe. You don't have to, but there might be something that you see that could appeal to you, and there might not be. But guys, on that note, I am out, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for coming. Bye. Have a great week.